Alright guys, today we got this BMW 7 Series and we're dealing with a warranty company. You know how much fun that is. Let's get into it. Alright, so here's the deal with this vehicle. Came in for an AC problem. We determined that the evaporator core is leaking. If you guys want to see a video on how we test evaporator cores and the process that we go through, let us know down in the comments below. But we proved this one out. And Josh, it's his second day working today, right, Josh?
Yeah.
So we had a hurricane come through. He had kind of a issue getting his toolbox here and everything, which we totally understand. So this is his very first car he's working on, and we threw him right into the fire. So he's got the dash out of it. He's already got the evaporator core out. The new one is in the box. So he's going through using his time in a very efficient manner. He's already got the AC system sealed back up. He's got the machine vacuuming on it. So he's got a good vacuum going on it now, which is a very time efficient thing. He's not going to sit there and get the whole thing back together and then try to do a vacuum on it. So, but here's the deal. We get this car apart and we contacted the warranty company. Warranty company says, yeah, you know, it's covered if it's the evaporator core. Go ahead and take it apart. And once we get it apart, they're like, okay, we want to send an adjuster out. They're going to make us wait 48 to 72 hours with this car apart. And for those of you that are out there that do these things, you know that is not in any way, shape, or form something that any of us want to do. Number one, the technician has right now, he's taking this thing apart and now he's going back together with it. We're not waiting, by the way. And we're going to show you what we did or how we dealt with the warranty company so that we could do that. Because can you imagine? It's Wednesday right now. We're closed on Friday. Let's just say we were here on Friday. If 48 to 72 hours, they're not going to be here until Friday at the earliest, Monday possibly. This car is going to be sitting apart. You know how many, I mean, you guys know how many things are apart on this car. As a technician, that's not efficient for you. It's going to take him way more time to put this thing back together if we waited 72 hours or to Monday or Tuesday of next week than it would be if he's just going back together now. He's fresh in his mind. He's going to get this thing rocking and rolling. It's just going to be a way more efficient job doing it now. It's really not fair to us that a warranty company says, we want you to wait for an adjuster to come out. So, I mean, unless they want to pay the technician because it's going to take him longer, unless they want to pay for the bay that's going to be taken up now for 3 days, and you know as well as I do, they don't want to do any of that. So, I want to show you what we did with the evaporator core. One thing I want to show you is this evaporator core that a lot of you might run into and get a little nervous about. But I'm going to show you the evaporator core, what we did to prove to them that this is what was leaking. They don't have to send somebody out, which I'm hoping saves them money, right? And we can continue on with the job. So let's grab this thing. We're going to go in the other room. I'm going to show you what we did. All right, guys. We're in our break room. I'm going to try to talk soft because it's echoey in here. And my son always is doing this when I get loud and I get passionate about stuff. You guys know that. So here we've got the evaporator core out of this BMW. Now I want to give you the scenario. This is a 25-hour job on this BMW to R&R this evaporator core. You get the evaporator core out. You're dealing with a warranty company, so they're going to want proof, which we want to be able to prove it anyway. We don't want to do anything that doesn't need to be done. But you know they're going to want some kind of proof. And you've gone through the process to diagnose it in the car, but now you get it out and this is what you see. So come on and take a look. You get this evaporator core out. What do we want to see? Well, we want to see some dirty area or something like that, something with a lot of grime on it, where the oils come out. I will tell you right now, we do a lot of evaporator cores. Let's flip it over. You don't see anything wrong with that evaporator core. Right? So you can look at this thing really, really strong right now and you won't see anything wrong with it. So now, a lot of people will be like, oh gosh, right? We do a lot of evaporator cores and this is how we see them come out. And we know they're leaking. We've tested them. And again, we'll do a video on how we test them. But let's go ahead. I want to show you guys something. So we've come in here because, I'm making the cameraman go back and forth. So we come in here because we're going to make it super dark in here. We're going to turn all the lights off in here and we're going to show you, if you took this thing and you put that light on it, ultraviolet light, and you look at it, you guys can see a little bit right here, right? It looks like, okay, yeah, maybe. All right, let's stick the glasses over the lens, right? Okay, yeah, that's a little more, right? We can see that. Okay, are you gonna be able to take a picture of that and send it to the warranty company? Maybe, right? But let me show you what we want to do. We turn the lights off, and then we come in here, right? And we take this. Now do we see it? I mean, that is as plain as it can get. That's a massive leak in that area. There's no question. Now we can go over the whole thing. It's just in that, try to do this. It's just in that one area, right? But that's 100%. And what we did was took a picture through the glasses of this spot and sent it to the warranty company. And they were like, we're good with that. While I'm here, I want to show you guys this little thing. This is something that this light was given to me for my birthday by one of my guys. And it's a pretty cool little light. It's got a laser pointer, it's got a flashlight, and then it's got an ultraviolet light. And let me show you guys the difference in this thing. I'd never used it until we were doing this. This thing, if I put it on here, I don't know if you can see that. Look, this is no glasses. We're doing this with no glasses. This is just straight up. That is incredible. So this light actually illuminates this particular die without the glasses on. And actually when you put the glasses on, it actually makes it worse. You don't see it as good with this one, right? So why do I bring that up? Is I was at a training seminar, and there was a guy there that had a borescope, and I might have mentioned this in a previous video, I don't know. There was a guy there with a borescope that had an ultraviolet light in it, and which was a really cool idea, but it was a prototype and it wasn't for sale. And my thought was, how are we going to get that down into the evaporator core? I mean, trying to snake that in there. Some of them we could, some of them we couldn't. It would be great, you know, if you can get it to be able to see something like this before you pull it out. But the man next to me was asking him what wavelength it was in, and he really didn't have an answer for it. And I asked the guy, I'm like, what are you talking about wavelength? And he's like, there's different wavelengths of UV dye, and you need different lights for it. I think he said there was 3 different ones for that, I guess, in the automotive industry. So in this particular case, whatever light wavelength this one's at, right, is, I mean, I can even see that pretty decent right now in the light, right? So whatever wavelength this is at, it's working. So I guess my point is, just to not drone on too much like I like to do, is make sure you've got some different wavelength lights and you're using different glasses. I think there's different glasses also, to make sure that you're getting the dye, whatever's in that system, that you're able to see it. And it might take a couple of different kind of lights, you know. So
how much was that light?
This light actually was given to me, like I say, by one of my guys. He got it off of Amazon, and it wasn't cheap. It was like $99, $95, $100 or something like that. You can probably leave a link in there. But it's got a little magnetic rechargeable deal, and like I say, it's got the laser pointer. I actually used a laser pointer I used it today for the first time for smoke machine. We were trying to point out a leak, and man, this thing made it really easy to see. So
there'll be a video on that too.
Yeah,
not with the laser, but
yeah, it won't be for the laser, but there's a video on that, on the smoke, on the Land Rover. But anyway, this is just a way that we can prove now 100% to this warranty company, this thing's leaking. There's no question about it. You don't need to send somebody out. Here's a picture of it. Let's move on with life, right? I don't want my guy sitting here waiting 3 days. We're not doing it, right? He's going back together with it. So warranty company's just going to have to deal with it, and they already are. They're paying it. So and because we want to take care of the client, so we don't want the warranty company to go, oh, we don't want to give them an excuse. We've got the evidence that we need to prove to them it's leaking. So anyway, this is a quick video. Just hope it helps you guys. Hopes it helps you guys when you pull one out, and maybe you don't do a lot of them, and you see this nice clean evaporator core, and you're like, oh my goodness gracious, did we mess up? You know, and I've seen guys take air and try to put them in a tank, in a sink, and all this kind of stuff. You don't have to do that. Most of these systems have dye in them anyway. You know, just check it for dye, and if you're gonna find it. You're gonna see they leak. They leak a lot. So hope you liked it. If you did, thumbs up, subscribe, comment. You know, again, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one.